Ladies and gentlemen, are you excited? I can't hear you. Are you excited? That's more like it. Right. We're about 5 minutes away from the start of play on semi-finals day here at the Yonex All England Open Badminton Championships. Have a look at the big screen right now. And what can you see? I'll tell you what you can see. It's the bongo cam. The camera is going to pick you up in the crowd. And if it's your face up on the big screen, burn those bongos! Yes, you girls! Burn the bongos! Play the bongos, get your hands out! Burn your hands! You can't play it with your feet! That's more like it! That's more like it! Oh, she's all embarrassed. Come on, don't be embarrassed. Share the bongo up. You too! Share the bongo up! That's what we like to see! Look at that! Oh, it's a great job. There was a bit of a wave involved with that at the same time. Who's the bongo going to play next? It's you two! Yes, you two! Play the bongos! It's a slightly quicker beat than that. I think she was hitting that man on the head just at the seat in front. Yeah, play his head! Play his head! Play his bald head! Oh, we got one more! Is there one more in the bongo cap draw?
To the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham for semi-finals day at the Yonex All England Open Badminton Championships. Event number 3 on the 12 tournament OSIM BWF World Superseries. This is the 6th year of the Super Series and the 3rd year that 5 of the 12 tournaments have been promoted to an even higher Premier status, and the All England is one of those 5. But before we get into the excitement of the badminton, let's have a quick glimpse and tour of our host city, the city of Birmingham. Indoor arena from the outside, and if you haven't been with us for the last couple of days, this is what's been happening inside the arena. Just some of the stars that will be in action later today. This is, of course, the Yonex All England Open Badminton Championships. It is semi-finals day, 5 matches for you this afternoon, and we're starting with women's doubles. And the current world champions, Wang, Xiaoli and Yu Yang from China, they're up against M.Maeda and S.Suetsuna from Japan. Then men's singles and the world number 1 Lee Chong Wei of Malaysia trying to reach his 5th consecutive All-England final. He's up against the qualifier, Samson Bunsak from Thailand. Then Thailand represented in the women's singles, the 18-year-old three-time former world junior champion, Ratchanok Intanon. She's up against the Olympic bronze medalist, Saina Nehwal. Then men's doubles, Liu and Chu up against Asan and Sethyuan. And then a second women's singles semi-final featuring Tina Bound, the two-time former champion, playing, of course, in her last ever tournament. Can she end in a fairy tale way of getting through to a 4th All-England final? Well, the fans here at the National Indoor Arena, well, they're eagerly anticipating today's matches, as indeed am I. Jill Clark and Anthony Clark is sitting alongside me. It is a great lineup.
We've got some phenomenal matches. If the quality of this tournament stays as high as it was yesterday, we're really in for a great day. Semi-finals for a place in the final. But in my eyes, the greatest tournament of the year. Now, these players will be really excited.
Couldn't agree more. This the oldest and most prestigious tournament of them all. Wang, Xiaoli and Yu Yang, the #1 seeds, against the #6 seeds, Miyuki, Maeda and Satoko, S.Suetsuna of Japan. Well, there are the world champions, Wang Xiaoli on the left, as we look at them, the 23-year-old from Hubei province. Yu Yang, 26, official turn 27 next month. They are the #1 seeds, world ranking of 2, but of course they have been world #1 74 weeks as world #1s, and the reason they're only #2 in the world ranking at the moment is because they've only played 7 tournaments in the last 12 months. Well, they've had a pretty smooth run, haven't they, through to today's semi-final, including that quarter-final yesterday against Jung Kyung-eun and Kim Ha-na, a repeat of the infamous match during the Olympic Games, after which both pairs were disqualified. No trouble in their 3 matches so far. But their opponents today, the Japanese pair, the #6 seeds of Miyuki, Maeda on the right as we look at them. Satoko, S.Suetsuna on the left. Satoko, S.Suetsuna, 32 years of age now, making a very welcome return to international badminton following a back injury which he picked up in the final of the China Open last year. Maeda, 27 years of age, and you could see from that, this their first tournament of the year as a pair. Well, they've had their problems along the way against Augustin and Lesvari of Indonesia in that second round. Dropped the opening game, but came back very strongly, as you can see, in the decider. So this pair from Japan, welcome return, as I say, to international badminton. I'm not sure how match fit they'll be. So the current world champions, there they are, Wang, Xiaoli and Yu Yang. Only once in their careers have they lost when they've completed a match to a pair other than another Chinese pair, and lost prior to the final of a tournament in which they've played. Of course, at the Olympic Games, they were disqualified, and if you take that out of the equation, I think that really just does emphasize how dominant the Chinese pair have been. Chris Taylor is umpire from England, Søren Knudsen from Denmark, the service judge. But of course, the Japanese pair have been world #2s. They're playing against the Chinese pair, who have been world #1s. Should make for a great semi-final. But the question mark in my mind is Satoko, S.Suetsuna, who injured her back during the final of the China Superseries event, playing against this particular Chinese pair.
Ladies and gentlemen, On my right, M.Maeda, Satoko S.Suetsuna, Japan. On my left, Wang Xiaoli, China. Serve to M.Maeda. The ball. Play.
So the first semi-final gets underway. The world champions from China, nearest to us. Oh, and already Xiaoli showing her skills and her brilliance. Probably got the hardest smash in the women's game, Xiaoli. And because of that power, her drop shots become very, very effective. Of course, this is the 5th meeting between these two pairs, and the Japanese pair have yet to win a game, let alone a match. So overwhelming favourites, one has to say, Anthony, are the Chinese pair.
Yeah, it doesn't look good from the statistics, does it, Joe? But semi-final, All England Championships, nothing to lose, no pressure on the Japanese pair whatsoever. They can just go out, play free. They're a physical pair. It's just the Chinese do possess that extra bit of firepower and the skills to go with it.
1-2.
First All England semi-final for the Japanese pair, which is a surprising statistic, seeing as they have been world number 2s. And obviously 2 years ago, in 2011, they were the number 2 seeds here at the All England, but lost in the very first round to Christina Pedersen and Camilla Rote-Jol of Denmark, who themselves were the number 2 seeds this year and lost in the very first round. Yeah, just proves your point. You can't rely on statistics, can you?
Absolutely not. I think sometimes you can have a really kind of overinflated ranking at times, and when you are put at number 2, everybody's expecting you to get to the final. The reality is, on a few occasions, you know, some players don't play tournaments, so their rankings aren't as high. So that's a lot of pressure coming into a tournament knowing you're expected to make a final.
Well, Yu Yang, just had a glimpse of her. 26-year-old from Liaoning province. Oh, good intersection from Wang Xiaoli.
6-1.
Could give it a good old thump.
7-1.
And she certainly did there.
I think that might have got her straight in the face.
Yeah, it was clever placement. Of course, she didn't, you know, deliberately want to hit her opponent. 222. At 138 miles an hour. Love to play long, grueling rallies, but I'm not sure that's necessarily the tactic they need to employ in this match. I personally would love to see them trying to involve the net player a little more than they do in most of their matches. Here we go. Defence, defence. Worked on that occasion, now down the back line.
3-7.
Not that time, though.
Service over. 8-3.
Oh, yeah, Trying to reach her 6th final in 6 years. What a record that is. Of course, former All England mixed doubles champion.
Fantastic attack from the Japanese pair. And when they do attack, they do have the firepower to go through the Chinese. And like you said, Jill, they're always looking to lift and make long, long rallies. I don't think that is the way to beat the Chinese.
Lovely play at the moment from Miyuki Maeda. Driving the defence back. A very good swimmer in her youth. Didn't like the early morning pool sessions, so concentrated on her badminton.
9-5.
Just wide.
Ten, 5.
Excellent start by the former champions, Wang, Xiaoli and Yang. Of course, they won this title 2 years ago. Beaten finalists last year. Yeah, really does have a fantastic record. 5 finals in the last 5 years. Having won 3 titles, 2 women's doubles, 1 mixed doubles.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Head coach, former world and Olympic champion himself, when he was representing Korea. Yes, what a player he was.
11-5. Play.
Of course, a little bit of luck with the net cord, but the intention was there.
Very delicate with the fingers as well. In slow-mo, you could see that as she stepped forward, she relaxed the hand to allow the shuttle to go very gently across the net.
Positive on the defence again from Maeda.
Service over.
Stepping into it.
12.
And followed forward to the net.
Service over.
Brilliant return of serve.
13,
Very positive
6.
into the back corner. Very little the Japanese lady could do.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, super shots from Wang Xiaoli.
There's the danger of the cross-court smash,
6.
is that your partner's always going to look for the straight reply, opens up the gap.
Well, I think the line judge indicated unsighted. I'm not
Service
sure.
over. 7-14.
Oh, I think it may have touched her racket as it came down. Let's have another look at that. No, he was just unsighted. Umpire, of course, if they can see the call, should make the call. Indeed,
Service over.
he did.
15-7.
Bit of love at the net cord again. Big power smash down the middle, hitting the top of the net and rolling over.
Big hits and moving forward.
17-7.
Does have a very heavy strapping on her right arm. Doesn't seem to be struggling with power, that's for sure.
230, goodness me. 143 miles an hour. Well, it's certainly Maeda, as far as the two
8-17.
Japanese players are concerned, that's taking the chances to come forward, being a little bit more creative and a little more positive. Did you think that was going to go long, that earlier one? He's obviously not happy about something. Oh, another net cord. That happens too often for it to be luck. It's gone wrong.
Nine 17.
Missed opportunity.
18.
Really interesting to see
9.
the Chinese pair always looking to be very, very aggressive on return of serve, getting the shuttle going down, hard into the corners. The other way around, the Japanese girls just looking to lift away, get into these long rallies. Definitely need to take advantage of the first three.
It's very much their style, though, isn't it? To big
over.
counter punches, wait and
10,
work within
18.
the rally, and then suddenly, when you just sense that your opponent is getting a little bit tired, then you step forward. Ooh,
Service
service
fault
fault called.
Service over.
Struck above the waist.
19-10.
overdone it.
Service over. 11-19.
Coupled with ideal placement, aiming
20.
towards the
Game
right
point.
hip.
11.
Game point opportunities and finished him quicker. It's gone wide, first time of asking. And the world champions close out the opening game.
First game won by Wang, Xiaoli, Yuyan.
Well, to be honest, looked a different class in that opening game. 15 minutes,
那个球确实也没接回。
啊，我老有犹豫，
经过点球，他这个右跑这个位置喜欢反击之前，要不往前或往后站一点，要不发力前推一遍。
2連続でもどっちも出しですけど、あとちょっと口の人らが一回待ってるのかな。ドライブしてからセーフです。いや、ここちょっとね、今日は今は1ゲームは本当に今レシバー1時までだけど、じゃあ2ゲームはじゃあそっちのゲーム行ってちょっともうロンレシバーゲームのそっちの動きつらい結構ショート率早いだから後ろの選手がショート率行ってもいいだから後ろの選手3番目パーン後ろに行っても
Well, at the moment, the world champions, Wang, Xiaoli
20
and Young,
seconds. 20
looking
seconds.
very good to reach their third consecutive final here at the All England. And they started playing together after the World Championships in Paris in 2010, played against each other in the final of the World Championships. Of course, Yu Young won the title with Du Jing, with whom she had won the Beijing Olympic Games. Beat Wang Xiaoli playing with Ma Jin.
Second
Since
game.
they formed this partnership, really
Level.
have been very, very dominant
Play.
in world terms. To see that Satoko Xiaoli back on court. There doesn't seem to be
1 love.
any sign of that back injury that she picked up at the end of last year. It's of course her first tournament of the year. You'd expect her to be a little bit sort of off the pace, but no sign of it at all. She looks very sharp indeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on to court number 2, the officials for the women's doubles semi-final.
Straighten your body to get into the positions to play badminton, and to have come back so quickly, considering a back injury and having to...
And please welcome the athletes of the 5 season from China, Ma Jin and Zhang Jinhua. And their opponents, Section 2, Yonex.
Perfect. What's your take, Anthony, on the return to world badminton of Wang Xiaoli and Yu Young? Don't want to get into the Olympic thing, that's been dealt with, but of course Yu Young did, on the Chinese equivalent of tweets, did say this is my last time competing, goodbye Badminton World Federation, goodbye my beloved badminton. And everybody assumed that that was, I'm retiring.
3, 2.
Now she's back, and they're doing very well.
Yeah, it was obviously an awful situation at the time, but she's such a great athlete. It would have been such a shame to have retired when she did. And she's got so much more in her, and she's achieved so much. She looks so physically good now. You kind of think, why would she consider retiring when she did it?
4-2.
I agree. Only 26 years of age.
Still
pretty sprightly coming forward.
3-4.
Yang was always a phenomenal mixed doubles player. She was so aggressive onto the net. You know, in this partnership, she is the net player. She's the one who wants to get forward more. And big smashes for her partner, deadly combination.
Smashes, and therefore her opponents back in their defensive stance, ready to receive the big smash, and it does leave them vulnerable to that drop shot.
Very few ladies in the game that can even play that kind of a shot. You know, the big wind-up to the last minute to reverse slice the shuttle. Very good skill level.
Hill.
5-4.
Yeah, she just doesn't look quite as comfortable as Young at the front of the court, does she? Xiaoli.
There's a massive backswing as well. You always talk to follow through with the shuttle, but not take a big swing to create the power. And that one, she just overhit it.
Japanese players didn't like the call. And the Chinese players didn't like the fact that the Japanese players were already celebrating, feeling that that may influence the line judge. S.Suetsuna coming forward.
Brilliant switch of attack though. Instead of just going in straight lines all the time, making the Chinese think on defence. And then switch from backhand to forehand. And from one player to the other. You cannot just power your way through the Chinese defence.
It's a super return.
Service over. 6-all.
Anthony, what's your feeling about the two Chinese players, about whether, I mean, obviously they have their roles within the game. Young wants to go forward, Xiaoli wants to use her power from the back of the court. Of course, they've been world number ones as a pair. They were both world number ones in their previous partnerships. Is there one of them that you see as a better player, a more complete player?
I think Yu Young has proved over the years that she is a phenomenal player, but you cannot be that complete player without the perfect partner. You know, Xiaoli, huge power from the back of the court. But Yu Young is a great athlete as well. She's one of the few players in the game of ladies doubles that can jump around the back of the court as well. And she just doesn't seem to have a particular weakness.
It's interesting because I had a long discussion about this with Jim Laugerson, and he was saying exactly as you have said, and I beg to differ, and I said that I thought that Wang Xiaoli, to me, was the more creative player. Not just the power, but I think she has, obviously she's not at the net as much, but I think especially on defence, half-court area, I think she's got more creative ability, and therefore I think she's the more exciting player to watch.
Service over. 7-8.
I think like with any good partnership, they bring different qualities to a partnership.
That's why she won the mixed doubles title.
Service over. 9-7.
Back in 2009. Add to that, an Olympic bronze medal in Beijing. Very solid player, isn't she? But to me, she doesn't have the repertoire of shots as Wang Xiaoli possesses. Good judgment.
11-7.
It's going to the mid-game interval. 4-point advantage to the former champions. What would you be saying, Anthony, to the Japanese pair? Okay, you're again down. You're down in the second game. Obviously, what you're trying is working to a certain extent, but is there anything else that they should be doing tactically to try and really turn this match around?
I think it's very difficult. Like we've said, they're very set in their ways. They like to defend and then try and counter. But for me, the game of doubles is won and lost with who controls the net. And to just lift away from a serve just seems crazy to me. They need to get in there early, try and take the Chinese on at the net. I know that's where they're good, but when you're playing good players, you've got to take them on to at least keep them honest.
Yeah. I'd like to see more use of the mid-court area as well.
Play.
I think that the Japanese pair either play to the net or they play to the back.
Service over. 8-11.
It didn't work on that occasion, but that's the creativity that I love to see in a player.
Service over.
I think you're totally right, Jim. I think it's a total contrast in a player. Yu Yang, when she comes forward, is always looking to be very explosive and take the shuttle off the top of the net. And her partner, like you say, coming in, really using skills to try and create the same sort of gap.
Yeah, that's nice from Miyuki M.Maeda.
9-12.
Yeah, I'd like to see him take more of these half chances. Go for that interception. If you don't go for it, going to carry on like this and you're not winning, so you've got to try
Service
something.
over. 13.
They've been very
9.
successful with them being on the attack. You know, we've seen both players go into the net and being aggressive, and to great success. But then the very next point, they just have to lift away again. We've just got to take it to the Chinese.
Yeah, I've watched this Japanese pair for so
14,
many
9.
years, and that is what they do. They love to defend. They love the hard matches. I've watched matches with them that have lasted an hour and 45 minutes. Here we are, more than halfway through the second game, and they've all only been on court for 30 minutes. So you're not going to tar down your opponents
15,
when you're not extending
9.
the rallies enough, because the Chinese are breaking down your defence.
Couldn't agree more. You know, as a world-class player and a world-class pair, you need to have more than just game A. You need to have, you know, a whole alphabet of different styles of tactics.
Well, they're obviously having a bit of a discussion about exactly that. Let's change it up. Let's try and do something different. Good to see the communication. Very good friends off court. Yeah.
Service over.
That's proved us wrong,
10.
hasn't it?
15.
Clear onto the back line. We've been urging them to attack a little more. Yeah, there's the flick serve, immediately gives away the left. You can't really at this level,
11,
though, Anthony, just be
15.
reliant on your opponents making errors.
Well, you're talking about one of two of the best players and pairs of all time. You know, they're not going to give you 42 points. It's just unheard of.
Twelve, 15.
Yeah, nice interception. Yeah, they've obviously got the capabilities to do it, but reluctant to implement it at times.
Yang, please be ready.
Quite clear from the umpire. Oh, that's nice. Oh, goodness.
Service
Wonderful
over.
little half-court push from Wang Xiaoli,
16,
the very next one,
12.
driving the shuttle back. So flat over the net.
So ready as well, though. You know, she knew the smash was coming there. That's great preparation for the shot.
Oops, confusion in the camp. Yeah, good judgment. Oh, it's not often you see that with the Chinese pair, both leaving it to the other. Earlier on in the rally, yeah, that's very good judgment. But she got herself into position. If she'd changed her mind and wanted to play it, lesson for all young players out there. Oh, it's called good.
18, 12.
Yep, plumb on the line. 3 points away now. Chinese pair from their third consecutive All-England final.
Service over.
Well,
13,
at the end of that
18.
rally, Yang did a little stamp with her feet as if to say, partner, what on earth did you make that error for? Yeah, it's lovely defence.
Service over.
I must admit, I thought that had gone wide, Jill.
19-13.
No, caught the line. Good call, line judge.
Service over. 14-19.
Good judgment again from Wang Xiaoli.
Service over. 20.
Brings up
Match point.
6
14.
match point opportunities. My goodness, that was good judgment. Good defense from Miyuki M.Maeda.
Service over. 15-20.
Two match points saved. And well saved at that.
16-20. Place, please.
Third time of asking on the third straight final for the former champions Wang Xiaoli and Young. Yeah, they're absolutely delighted with that. Personally, delighted to see them back in World Badminton.
21-11.
They're a great pair,
21-16.
great skills. And they're through to the final once again, and thoroughly deserved position as well. Two straight games, 21-11, 21-16 in 37 minutes. So Wang, Xiaoli and Yu Young, the #1 seeds, the champions from 2 years ago, beaten finalists last year, already through to their third consecutive final, and we know that it'll be an all-Chinese affair because, as you can see, the other semi-final is all Chinese as well. Ma Jin and Tang Jinhua are currently playing against the qualifiers, former world #1s Cheng Shu and Zhao Yunlei. So the players coming onto courts for the second of our semi-finals. World #1 Lee Chong-wei trying to make it through to his 5th consecutive All-England final, and his opponent, the qualifier, Tanongsak Sansomboonsak from Thailand. And the left-handed qualifier, what a tournament he's had. Who would have predicted at the beginning of the week that a qualifier would be